Well, I'm here early tonight. Just because, although I'm trying something new this evening. Well, for those on Twitch, YouTube is just kind of my repository for the videos, but I've changed my ad requirements because I was wondering why so many people just had, oh, I got to pause for ad breaks. And I realized it's because with ads on, at least after the very beginning, you don't get pre-roll ads. So after the first 15 minutes or so, people stop getting pre-roll, which means anyone who shows up will have a chance to say hi. Hey, Laser. Hey, Mendoza. I also am really confused by something right now. Where are these freaking letters coming from? I have letters on my desk. Now, I thought they were coming from my gloves. I'll show you. If I can do this. Oh. This is the dumbest thing. Can you see the letter? Can't really see it. The letter M. Now I'm going to mess up my... Oh, ad break is in progress. It started right away. Look at that. Sorry. M is for ad break. Ad break. Sorry. So, I don't know. I think you guys are subscribers, so you wouldn't see ad breaks, I don't think. Anyway. So, but the other thing is, like, I have a D. And listen, I have a D, okay, but I don't know where this D came from. It says copper compression, so certainly it's not coming from my glove. I'm so weirded out by this because letters keep appearing, but I don't know where they're coming from. Maybe it came from here? I bet your children were playing. No, it's like... They're like little tiny letters. They look like they go on top of something. And I thought maybe they came from a keyboard, but they don't. It's just dumb. I don't know. I don't know why I'm so weirded out by this right now. Okay. Ad break ended. Apparently. I think now we shouldn't get, like, I think people shouldn't get pre-rolls. Right? Is that how that works? We'll find out. Anyway, sorry. Totally not focused on anything. Hi, Mendoza and Laser. How are you both doing tonight? I've learned the really unfortunate aspect about Unity. Toke, hello. Yes, fishing indeed. I guess I could pull up my fishing thing. How are you, Toke? I bet you someone's gonna be like, I told you so, Unity sucks. Unity has pro licensing, which is required to do things like building for Switch. No, I'm not switching to Godot. I like Unity. I think their licensing system isn't favorable to small teams. Usually indie devs who don't make any money, it doesn't matter, right? And I would assume that part of the reason why they don't think it's a big deal is that most time indie devs aren't going to start building for, a console or something, right? But in order to build on a console, you need to have... Here, I'll show you guys what I was working on while I'm talking. Well, actually, you know what? I want to do something real quick here. So in order to build on a console, you need to have, better life choices. A pro license. Unfortunately, you also need to have a pro license. You need to have one license for every member of the organization. which sucks when you can't afford that as a company. And pro licenses are expensive. So I would really love to build for Switch, but as it turns out, we can't afford the pro license anymore because we have to have one for each person at the company. And that's, so if I want anyone else added to the roster for any reason, we'd have to buy a pro license. Once you buy one, you have to have one for everybody. Wait, I don't want that. Hi, Tom Sutton. I'm just complaining right now. Fish outline. I've been busy. Well, hope you're doing great. Yeah, I'm doing great. Video games, let's go. And only one guy pro. Yeah, that's insane. It's me and Jacob. And then we had a contractor doing work. And what happened was, so in our organization, we had 2 pro licenses, which we got when we still had like some amount of funding from the publisher before we started doing sales and stuff. But the sales just don't keep up with the cost. It's like $400 a month or something. And so we had 2 licenses, and then our contractor got his account suspended. And it turned out it was because they say you can't commingle because he didn't have a pro license. So he can't be part of our organization if he didn't have a pro license, which, the part that I'm like, this is dumb because you already have rules that require you to have pro licenses based on income of the company. So why would you also create a requirement that you have to have a pro license? Crap, I need to go to these ones. Why would you also say that you have to have a pro license for everyone in the company if your company doesn't make enough money to warrant requiring them? And apparently them's the rules. If you have one license, you have to have one for every member of the company. I thought it was pretty absurd. So yeah, basically the only option we have is cancel our licenses. No more pro license. Which means we can't build for Switch because we can't afford to pay for, multiple licenses. It's super expensive for, it just seems stupid. Can you cheat and not have a pro license? We don't have to have a pro license to publish our game. You can't build for Switch if you don't have a pro license. Building for consoles requires a pro license. It's not like, if that weren't a requirement, we wouldn't have had a pro license to begin with. But you literally can't do a console build like that. I guess your question is wait till the very end. Yeah, of course we can. We can wait, but it just means like we wanted to launch with Switch. Daria-eyed Mongirl, thank you for the follow. That's what I meant. Yeah, I mean, I already know it already builds for Switch. This is the infuriating part. It already works on Switch. I mean, I have work to do on it, but like it works. And I'd like to continue to build it on Switch while working on the project so I can make sure it still works. Because we wanted to launch the game on Switch and in PC, but now it's looking like that won't be possible because we can't afford to pay for the licensing. It's, it's dumb. I don't know. I get it. Like, oh, I told you so. Unity sucks. Blah, 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 blah. It's like they have some stupid licensing rules because they don't make their money off of indie devs. Howdy, name Star. I love games and everything involved with making them. Do you make games as well? Star? Welcome, by the way. It does sound stupid, yeah. And like, I'm almost certain part of the problem, or part of the thing is Uni doesn't make enough money But I have yet to publish anything. Do you want to share anything, Starry-Eyed? Or Starry? Star? I want to keep saying your whole name. You want to share anything with the class? This is the game I'm working on. Called Alterium Shift. Technically, it's published in that it is available for sale in early access. It's not complete, but it is there. You know, I was reflecting how people think a early access game is finished. I remember I bought Slime Rancher when it was still early access, and I understand that feeling. I could share some pixel art. Share away. How new are you in game development? Are you, been around for a bit and you're still just waiting to publish something, or are you somewhat new? Yeah, Toke. It does sound stupid, but every engine's going to have something stupid. So Godot, first off, I just don't like GDScript. I'm sorry. It's too much like Python, and I definitely don't like Python. Godot is open source, but it's harder to port to console. And it does support C#, but not as well as GDScript. And Unreal is ostensibly free, except for the fact that they charge way more for their licensing if you make a certain threshold. I've been around since before Game Maker. People sold out to the Game Maker sold out to the gambling community. So you've been around for a hot minute. Hey, Gilboy, how are you? What's your preferred tool of choice? If you said Game Maker people, does that mean Game Maker is your preferred tool of choice? Anyway, every engine is going to have its issue. And honestly, if you want any indicator that Unity is going to fail horribly, it's because I like it. Because any tool set I like just doesn't seem to last. So if you want me to kill any tool set for you, just tell me which one, and I'll start liking it. Where did this come from? These letters. I don't understand. I don't understand where all these letters are coming from. It's not coming off of a keyboard. They're not big enough. Random stupid letters on my desk. It was my preferred choice, but I lost all my licenses randomly. Ooh. They just don't exist on the site. That's dumb. So I started using Godot. Okay. RPG Architect. I heard about that. Me in literature classes. Where's the D? Unreal charges you 5% after you make 1 mil and only on anything. But do you have to have a hold on a second. Yeah, I'm gonna find the answer. Unreal, do I need a license to build for Switch? Hold on. Switch. Console. I'm betting Unreal has a license requirement to build on consoles. Submit a console request form here. He's not found. Hold on. Can you build Unreal on Switch? Can Unreal Engine run on Switch? Epic Games has teamed up with Nintendo to release a full engine. Launch your game on Switch with Unreal. Become a developer. After becoming it, then complete the console request form. You're already access into custom license. Once you have the request form, you'll see some. It doesn't look like they require. They don't require licensing. I don't know why I went to the French website. That's weird. Yeah, you can you post your link for sure. I don't care. Unreal, there isn't that threshold like $1 million. I think Unreal's harder to use than Unity though. I don't love Unreal. Yeah, you should check out RPG in a Box. It's made with Godot and a lot of fun. Oh, you're not talking to me. You're talking to Star. I've got a few. How many would you like to see? The game looks beautiful. I saw it on Steam before. Thank you. Let me see. Ooh, this is This is reminiscent of a little Undertale style. Is that what you're going for here? Very much looks like Undertale, and the little like. Maybe it's not what you're going for, so I hope that doesn't offend you with my association. I like it. So yeah, your 2-bit art, or is it 1-bit art? Super Metroid. I almost said Metroid, but because you did the 1-bit, it's 1-bit, right? 1-bit. Is that what you said? Low bit. I was like, well, it also kind of has that Undertale vibe. That's cool. Oh, okay. So here. Oh, wait. I messed something up with the fish. Oh well. So what I was gonna do was, here's a fish swimming along, and then suddenly a fish gets interested in the hook. Their interest level increases. So I think I also have to make sure that the fish becomes visible on top. That maybe I won't worry about tonight. And then if the fish is scared of it, it'll run away. I still have to figure out the stupid flipping. It's okay. And for some reason, it lost its mask. Again, I just can't even right now. Like I'm trying to add these features and things just start breaking. Thanks for the lurk. So tonight I've tried something different. For if you're a subscriber of the channel, it won't matter to you. But I've turned on ad breaks instead of pre-rolls. Some voxel art would really suit AS well. Yeah. I don't know why these fish get stuck in the corner. Stupid fish. Why can't fish just do what I want? Do me? Why can't they just do me? Why can't they just do what I want? I don't understand. I also don't understand why direct transform should be fine. Look at this, their like X values are not flipping correctly either. That's kind of funny. Supposed to be 1 and -1, but somehow it became 0.99. Their Z indexes are still changing. Oh, I need to like... Well, that's rotation. Oh, that's fine. The rotation's the wiggle. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Anyway, this is what I'm working on. But I don't really want to get too much wrapped up. I'd like to figure out why the masking isn't working. Because it certainly has masking turned on. I have RPG in the box, but it doesn't have the features I want. They are a new update's coming out. Have you seen it? It's coming out in 2 days on Leap Day, apparently. Okay, so what I'm going to do is not work on the stupid problems with the animation. Those sort of things suck up so much time while I'm streaming, and it's just not. Nope. So instead, we're going to let all this look crappy, and we're going to work on making sure we can actually generate fish in the pond. Soon, well, he said he gave the hint in Discord, right? He said leap day. Is that what he said? He said, what did he say? He said, ready for your game to leap ahead on release day. It's 2 days, right? 2 days and the new version will be out. And then Justin will be inundated with bug fix requests. Okay, so we need to do a fishing spot node. We gotta go here. I just didn't know what feature Star was looking forward to. Oh, okay. And we need to configure fish. Game fish ID. And we need this to be what? Fishing item. Okay. So fishing item is going to have the fish data and a title and a quantity. We already had quantity there. Okay, that's good. So we should be able to just use it as it is right now. And all we have to do when we create the fishing system is use the quantity. What am I gonna do? I totally went I immediately went from talking about things to doing things. I don't it's how my ADD works. I just didn't know what features Star was looking for. Yeah, sorry. I just read the same thing. So I'm working on fishing. That's what I'm doing. And I was complaining about Unity and their licensing rules. Basically, Unity has this term called commingling. You're not allowed to have mixed licensing in your organization. I want free movement to be fully implemented as well, Star. I'm one of the early daysers of RPG in a box. I mean, these avatars at the bottom, that's RPG in a box, right? For a good portion of my streaming, I built this avatar system. A step closer. And yeah, I haven't done any videos in RPG in a box in a while. I might do one once the new update comes out if I'm able to do something useful. The other day I tried to use it. I was like, oh, I'm going to try RPG in a box in its current state. And I couldn't do... I was trying to make a side scroller. And it didn't work. Because it couldn't handle moving platforms. You couldn't jump onto a platform that was moving and have it keep moving you. So I was like, nah, I'm not ready for this. It's not ready for me. And I forgot how hard it is to code in RPG in a box. I really I think it's a nice little niche tool, but I just don't at all like the fact that it has a custom language. Programming languages is the problem that's solved. Not, every new game system doesn't have to come up with its own language. I mean, I don't like the fact that Godot has GD script. I think that's absurd enough. But if you're going to make an IDE on top of an IDE, if you're going to make a game development environment on top of Godot, just use GD script. Don't invent your own language. I don't know. This is not my favorite thing. Okay. So we execute. We do here. No, what do we do? How does the fishing work? Where's the thing that starts it? Fishing game node. Oh, it jumps to the fishing system. Right. So it's going to be the luring node. What do we pass the context to it? I need to figure out how I'm going to... So I need to add in this context. Oh, crap. Runner context. Can I extend runner context? Yes. Yes, I can. All right. What do we got here? That's in the story, but I don't really want that. I want to go to my min game. Do I want to put it in here? No, I don't. I want to put it in minigame fishing. Fishing runner. I learned the entirety of GML and I was so pissed that when I could no longer use Game Maker. I had a full physics engine. Really? That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, at least Unreal uses C++, right? And Unity uses C#. RPG in a Box is currently the best RPG in a box games. There's initial support for other types, but it should really be marked as experimental. Yeah, but it's been that way for literal years. I started using RPG in a Box 6 months to a year after it was launched on early access. And that was in 2020. We're in 2024 right now. This is one of the disadvantages of being the only like having one developer on a project, which again, we have the problem too. And those can go really well, or you can get a situation where the developer does what they think is right for the project, but that doesn't always turn out as well. It's like, of course, people are entitled to make whatever they want, but there's a reason it took so long for RPG in the Box to get much more traction. And like I've had little mini fantasies about doing something that's RPG in a Box like, but using Unity, because I don't want to use Godot. I know that's a deterrent for some. Oh look, we're gonna get a ad break in 4 minutes, apparently. Sorry for the ad breaks, but it in theory will encourage people who pop in not to bounce away because there's no pre-roll. So anyway, I would like to do it, but it's a lot of work, right? But if I were to make an engine, first off, I would 100% use an existing language. I would not invent my own language at all. If I was going to do anything that was specific to the engine, it would be in the form of a graph-like system, like using Xnode or something. But I would keep the underlying language so that for the advanced users, it'd be like, oh yeah, you want to write your own stuff? Here, go ahead, make your own node, whatever. Because some people are like really advanced developers and they just want to get started quickly. They want to rapidly prototype and then enhance, like what we've been doing with Alterium Shift. But when you don't have that option at all, it can get really, really frustrating. Okay, so I want to do this. I'm going to say available fish. I'm going to steal this, shove it into our runner context. Anyway, so I am trying this new thing. I hope the ads don't get annoying for people. But we'll see if it provides any more welcoming environment for people first showing up, right? Because even when people come in through raids, I think it hits them with a pre-roll right away. Which, can be Bummer Town. It's annoying enough having to run ads at all, but at least if you do it in a controlled way, you can manage around it in theory. Okay, so what we're gonna do if we're gonna run this is do it on. No, we don't do an execute. Maybe we do it here. I don't know if I can do this, actually, now that I think about it. I can't mutate the runner context. I need some way to pass in the list of available fish. The other way I could do it is the cheesy way. Well, listen, I'm not doing web development right now. I'm doing game development. Funny, in my day job, the developers are working on projects, and I find myself I'm not like completely strict on them, but I'm more strict about writing the code in the web development context than I am about writing it in game dev context. So I do find myself being like, well, you need to consider this, and this. Okay, so then what are we going to do? We're going to do, we have awake, start casting, start luring. I think we'll say public void or prepare. I think that's what we'll do. So then we can prepare it in a way that lets us pass in the data we need. And then now I can go to the fishing contact and add the available fish to that. All right. Excuse me. I'm really gassy lately. Burpee. All right. So, meow, we have available fish. Maybe when ads run, I'll do dad jokes. I'll do the like dad joke command. Because apparently, ad's about to run. So we're going to let it get out of the way. I don't think ads run on... Oh, where's my little note? I'm missing my note. I used to have a note, but then I lost. All right, ad break in progress. Sorry, y'alls. I'll do that joke. Why is it running it so frequently? Every 30 minutes right now? Because it's doing a minute and a half. If you're subscribed, you don't see ads. That's how that works. I don't want it to run a 1 minute ad break. I wanted to do it every... You schedule ad minutes 3 minutes per hour. Oh, so it's like every 45 minutes. Every 35 minutes? Alright, whatever. I don't know how this works. We'll figure it out. Oh, my bot's not working. That's stupid. What's that a bot? Streamlabs. I go get my... Try to get my bot working so dad jokes will work. That is probably the number one most important thing, obviously. Cloud bot. Turn you off? And turn you on again, maybe? Maybe bots don't run during ads? That would be weird. Try that. And we're back. But dad jokes done gone broke. So apparently we're without dad jokes tonight. Sorry. Why is it not working? Turn back on. Not staying on. Okay. Looking at you, bot. Don't you dare. Wait, but yeet worked earlier. Why is it not? What's brown and sticky? A stick. Snap. I don't know. Something is Goofy McGooferson, and I don't know what's going on there. I guess. Whatever. Anyway, I should probably get back to working or something. I still want to know where these letters are coming from, though. What could I possibly be holding on to that has letters? Is there something on here? It's like some weird mystery. Alternate reality happening or something. Alright. Then we just set it that way. Perfect. Okay. So now we have available fish in the context. And in here, when we... Fishing game, root nodes, first or default. So once we're here, if we're gonna jump to the fishing game node, then we can set the context. So we're gonna say fishing game controller dot setup. Oop, instance dot setup. Oh, did I have to make it? What did I do? Is there not private? Oh, prepare. I'm gonna say setup because that was the first word I thought of. Naming things is important. I don't know why my voice sounds like I'm a teenager. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Okay. So then, assuming we have the fish that we need, we should be able to add them with the luring controller. And what I would do is I'll just have a template fish that I can use. So what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of all this garbage here because we don't want to have a bunch of, excess objects. It's supposed to be dynamically added. So we're going to call it a template fish, I guess. Or fish template. Here you go. Like a fish stick, but a template style. We'll make it disabled. And then in the luring controller, we'll associate it, I think. Let's go back up to the top. I guess we'll put it right here. Private fish swimming controller. Actually, we should game object. We'll do it as a game object. Although if I gave it the controller, then I could guarantee that it's actually the type of object I want. So actually, we're going to do fish swimming controller. Fish template. That way, we can always make sure that we have the object we need. And then in the setup process here, assuming we have that template, we can add the fishies. Okay. So we're going to say context available fish for each. Don't need this at all. We're not going to initialize a fish. What we're going to do... Oh yeah, we can. Look at that. It just gave me the code I needed. Okay, so I made the object, and then I need to initialize the fish, which is going to be current fish dot, I guess it's called a fish item. So we have to do this by quantity. So if we have, okay, so we're going to do it by the quantity. We're going to do a loop within a loop. We're going to have to. The least efficient programming methodology ever. But on the plus side, we have Copilot to help us out and write us code. Pull my earbud out. I've been thinking a lot about like the pro developers that things that Copilot and ChatGPT are sort of a downfall of development. And all I can think is I think this tool set, for the right mindset, I guess, encourages people to do things they would never in their wildest imagination try to do in programming. Without any help. Like, there are some things that have a barrier of entry that's really high. But because you have ChatGPT that can literally provide you starter code that is, at least good enough from a search to a tutorial page, you can get started quickly. And then you can iterate. And even if you don't know exactly what you're doing, you're getting exposure to things that you would never have done before. I know that it's confirmation bias because it's the way how I would think about it, but I think that will end up holding true. Theoretically. I don't know. Okay, so we create the object. I think that's it. I think that's all we need. I might do something where when we initialize it, we like set a starting point. What does this do on? Excuse me. Guess it won't matter. I don't want to update depth scale right now. Because that's not important. I think it's with many technologies, more people will accept it as it evolves and becomes. Yeah, that's kind of where we got at in our conversation on Saturday. Is people will just get used to how you use it. And the younger generations who grow up with it, they will probably find more optimal ways to leverage it. Now we wait for this to build. I wish my dad jokes worked, or any of my bots. How dare they grow up with more advanced things than I had exactly. Right, Dave? I don't know. It is funny to me. I come into this with self-awareness. I don't know why we have to crap on younger generations. If anything, I would say the Gen Zers are more mature than the millennials I've known in my life. It feels like these Gen Z kids that are in their 20s now have it more together. At least a lot of them I see. As Gen Z, I disagree. The ones I work with, but Laser, you're like younger Gen Z, aren't you? Are you still Gen Z? You're young. You're not. The Gen Zers I know are the mid-20s right now, or early 20s. You're not there yet, Laser. So maybe your generation is totally spastic. I don't know. Oh, I don't think I'm supposed to use that word because that's inappropriate for different locations. Anyway, a couple years younger. Yeah. So like the ones I know that I've worked with professionally seem more squared away. There is, of course, this proclivity for the younger generations to make sure they have their time when it comes to work. Fewer of them are willing to work like I did, just all the time, just never stop. A lot of them are like, no, I want my time. I want to do my thing. What was I doing? I was. Oh, I know. I was going to go make sure the fishing spot had number of fish set up, which is map graph panel. There we go. My graphs, and we're going to do plains north. All right, so let's do like 10 carp, and we'll see if we carpe diem them. I just want to go back to suits. Hey, listen, Burn, that's the point. I'll bet you that there are Gen Zers that want more of that. I mean, there's like the whole movement of the Gen Zers that won't have smartphones. Millennials were promised things and then found themselves lied to at a pivotal moment between adolescence and adulthood. So a lot still can't accept certain things, while Gen Z sees things more differently than having seen what previous generations messed up. What show? The show Suits? Did we reference a show? I never saw the show Suits. Okay, I didn't add any fish. So that's something we got to work on here. Did I not do something right? Oh, I have to enable them. I'm sure it actually added a bunch of fish, but it didn't. They weren't enabled. So that's a problem. What's my luring there? Fish dot initialize. Fish dot game object set active. No. Laser's talking about. I don't know if you're being cheeky about wearing suits in the office. I don't mind it. Like, as a CTO, my getup was a button shirt and a suit coat, or sometimes a t-shirt and a suit coat. But I would never wear a tie. Suit coats are nice. They kind of even everything out on your body. I love suits and business wear. Yeah, well, there are still businesses that do that. So I swear I'm going to figure out where these letters are coming from. I don't wear suits anymore. I feel like I was designed for the game industry, but never was part of it. Okay, so now we're not making fish. Did I not? Oh, I never actually gave it the game object. It needs to be in the game. I forgot to give it the template object. Fishing gauge controller doesn't matter. Where? Didn't I add a template? Where would I have added a template to? Concept? The luring controller. I added to the luring controller. Okay, I was like, where did I put it? We have the hook, but we need the fish template. Bow ties that you don't have to tie yourself. Anyhow, XP. Oh, I thought XP is a tongue, not experience point. Since I've gotten babbling, I think it's bedtime. Remember to remain awesome and spread the love. Thanks, Star. I hope that your game projects go well and you keep working on it. Thanks for stopping in. Thanks for the follow. Hope you have a good night and that you sleep so well. Superstar. I was like, anyhow, XP, like Windows XP? Or did you just level up? One of my favorite analogies. So I've been doing a lot of coaching and mentoring to my development team now, because now I'm back in the team. I do suspenders. Suspenders sound nice. Keep your pants up. And I've been talking to these these developers about their life choices. Where's the stupid fish? There's no fish. Why are you no fishing? The fish are moving. Your fish are moving. They're there. What? What is going on? Well, how did that get disabled? Anyway, I don't. What was I saying? Oh, mentoring the developers. And one of my favorite analogies is that we talk about, oh, how do what about career growth? And I said you have to keep in mind that career growth in most careers, but especially development, is like you're playing Skyrim, and then you take an arrow to the knee, which is not really what I mean. But in those games where you level up, but you don't level up, you know, which I actually really hate that so much. Like, you don't ever feel like you're making progress. And then people come up with strategies so that they can like maintain the minimal level, but isn't that what min-maxing is? Like you maintain the minimal level, but then you maximize your stats or something like that. And I hate it. I hate that like you can't do a normal level up, because if you do, everything in the world levels up, and then like what's the point in leveling up? But also that's life. I'm confused why we're not getting any of these images. That one is there, but when we cloned it, I appreciate that the little glow makes it look like it's actually swimming. This is the template. There are many like it, but this one is mine. Why would the clone not render? We have the fish area. We know one of these fish shows. It's not hidden. Don't need to mask it, doesn't even matter. Well, it says the position is 0, 0. Oh. Okay. So I need to instantiate it. And then I think there's like a true or a false. World position stays. I think we say false. I might have to instantiate it and give it a position. We'll see what happens. This is why I didn't want to work on the visual problems, because it's bad enough that I have to keep doing this stupid compile. Just to do a, like, test a small change that I made. What I need to do is like plot random points inside the area, right? Next question. How do I generate random? I guess it all right, did it compile? Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh, Beldraketh. How do you say it? Beldraketh? Thank you for the raid. Welcome, raiders. Party of 7. This is Alterium Shift. Thank you for the follow, Beldraketh. I certainly hope I'm saying your name right. How was your stream? Look this. Go look. Better take a look at this cliche. What were you working on? Adding voice lines in Unreal. Ooh, I want to see this. This is Beldraketh's name. I certainly hope I'm saying your name right. I like your little starting soon. It's adorable. You got a nice little setup there. Whoa, that looks so unreal. I'm sorry, that's stupid joke. Bell Raid. How's the game dev going? It's the little fishy. Good, spent like almost 2 hours debugging. Yeah, it's story of my life. And I don't think Unreal has quite the terrible compile time as Unity does. This is why we can't have nice things. Oh man, I'm working on fishing. Okay, so I need to get those stupid things placed. I'm always debugging crap. It's annoying. Super annoying. Oh, and Tree Inc., thank you for the follow, by the way. What was I doing? I was trying to do random values. So to do... Right. So we're gonna do this a little cheekily. Private get random point. Looking really good. Did you do the art yourself? No. My game dev partner did some of the art. We also got art from this artist named Celial the Shaper. Apologies, by the way. It says there's an incoming ad break. I'm trying mid-roll ads and learning a bit how that works. And the reason is I don't want people to have to get pre-roll ads. Beldrica, thank you for the tier 1 sub. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Why is it? Does this not have bound? It has to be like... a component. But that's what I have to use, right? Ah! Oh, hey, Whisperer. In Unity, I think it does... Yeah, it's C#. Correct. It's not C++. Maybe there isn't bounds. Maybe there isn't a... Is it fish area.transform? Not a rect transform. What is it trying to get? Get random point. I don't know. Let's see if Copilot can help me with it. So do you, Beldricat? I know you just finished streaming, so feel free to tell me you have to raid and run. But I am curious. In Unreal, do you use C++ primarily, or do you do things in Blueprint? Oh yeah, we got the collider. There we go. So I really could just do that. Then we can do this here. Ah, works. He's cracked at it. So he's really good with the blueprints. I come from a software engineering background. Blueprints don't make any sense to my brain. I just can't imagine using Blueprint as a main method of coding. It feels wrong to me. I'm too used to typing code, but then I got into Unreal and I was like, okay, let me have Unreal make me like a template blueprint so I can write some code. And I saw the C++ code. I'm like, no, thank you. And I moved on with my life. Okay, so what we're going to do then is we're going to say... Actually, can I say this? Should I just say true? Doesn't really matter. And we'll do... I thought I already had the collider. No? There's no box collider there? That's weird. Alright. I'm a collider. We'll use that puppy. Pop it in there. Ad starting in 55 seconds. Software engineer, software developer, web developer. What do you call them? It might have to be local position. We'll see what it does. I can't recall if it has to be local or not. What method do I use for input in the game? We use controller and keyboard. Theoretically, I could make the mouse work, but I don't really care. I mean, the game is intended to be, like classic retro. Actually, I'll just do it. Well, my commands weren't working. Oh, now it works. Okay. Does dad joke work? No, dad joke still doesn't work. Something's broken with dad jokes. Unity events, C# events, old input system. Oh, I use the new input system. New input system, Uni events for controls. I don't totally love. Do you do Uni dev? I don't 100% love the way Unity does its UI. I've gotten used to it. Oh, ad break. Sorry. Sorry. Ad break. 1.5 minutes. It feels like it's aggressively doing it. I wanted to make it do it every hour. Oh my god. Killboy, thank you for gifting tier 1 sub to Gerudo Thief, Jaish, Energy Howl, Poke, and Mr. Bignet. BeigeNet? I don't know how you say that. Clearly. Oh, it's done already? Yeah, so Whisper, I don't know what will work better. I asked somebody why they do mid-roll ads. And they said it was so that if someone comes to your stream, they're not immediately hit with a pre-roll. Because a brand new person coming to the stream may not want to stick around for the 30 seconds or however long those stupid ads last for. And so I'll try this out and see how it works. I don't really like the mid-roll ads. It feels more disruptive than the pre-roll might. So I might go back to not doing it, but this is literally the first night I've done mid-roll ads. Okay, fish. Oh, it didn't place any fish this time. Did I get any errors? What did I get? Oh, no errors. Got one error. Well, wait, how did... We instantiated it. Why wouldn't it show? I only got one clone. And it stopped. Position's like something absurd. Where is it? Where is this stupid fish at? Where are you, fish? I mean, theoretically, it says the fish is right there. Why is it not rendering? Even the image and glow are there. The anchor points are goofed. Another 0.5. If I make the anchors bigger, No, that's not gonna, that shouldn't matter. Come here, anchor point. Come on, we can do it. Yeah. Oh wait, I need to do this. No, they're there. What's going on here? The position doesn't make a difference. I'm so confused. I don't like the way Unity does UI, but I come from a web development background. So there are some things about web dev that are also really infuriating, but some things about Unity just feel off. I've gotten used to it, so it's not terrible, but it's not my favorite. I can't believe it has to be that the fish is visible. Something's happening when it copies it, but I'm not sure what. I tried React, but then I went into CSS and quit. Oh, I gotta go put Killboy into the code. 2/27, 2024. Wow, Killboy, you mad lad! Thanks for gifting 5 T1 subs to. Who did we give gift to? I might. Well, I could. Maybe I could type it. Gerudo Thief. Jaish. I would say that right. Energy Howl. Oak got one. But it's with the K, not a ch. Toch. Oh. Die. There you go. Mr. B. This is a good test of my touch typing ability. There we go. I should have tried Tailwind or Bootstrap. Yeah, I mean, how am I today? I'm good. How are you, Energy? I do use this keyword. How does that make you feel? Does it seem dirty? Why is he using this keyword? How am I not myself? Okay, so there's that fish. Oh, I wonder if it is an issue with the fading. No. We're getting an issue here. Oh, okay. So something's happening in this case. Transformed opposition. I thought I gave it the hook. I'm the second person ever that you know. Almost forgot, Matzi. Fallout 1 is free. Oh, cool. I never played it. I tried it when I was a kid. Because it wasn't on Mac first. It was like one of the few games that was actually on Mac. I was a Mac user. Well, listen. Most people I see coding also have crap like this. Or this. It's like when I see a streamer code, I'm sorry, and I know there are, it's not that I'm judging you in terms of the output. It's just that my OCD really doesn't like that. Especially because all you got to do is run a formatter, and all IDEs, if you're using, even freaking, Notepad++ probably has a formatter. And you don't do it, I'm just like, oh, no. Or you have stuff like this. You know, people just like mash it all together. I can't. Yeah, I'm using Writer. I'm sure Visual Studio has it for sure. Why wouldn't it? Well, it's not called Beautify. It's just code formatting or code cleanup. My code cleanup will even do things like this. So this is like, this says it's a game object. No, it's so like I don't like this. If I can use var, I try to use it. But I use ChatGPT a bit right now. And it always gives me things where it like strongly types everything. But my cleanup will just take care of that. In React, there's something like that. It was called Beautify. Yeah, it's basically a formatter. I use Writer too for Unreal. You use Writer? Are you using C# in Unreal or C++? I've given up on this battle. Is this a game that I will one day be able to play? You can play it right now. Demo is available on Steam. It's in early access. Clearly not a complete game yet. The demo is what you would get in early access. It's not all the story. Use C++, but then wouldn't you use C Lion? The C IDE? Oh, okay. You might have told me that. I forgot. Sorry, Killboy. Is there a reason to change from visual to Writer? Yes, Writer's better. If you guys don't know who Wallaber is, you should check him out. Wallaber is what I would call an actual engineer. And he laughs about that because he started in like QA or something. So he's like the guy from the Silicon Valley show, except he's actually good at stuff. Like good at even just being a human. And he's an engineer. He's smart. He does engineering things. He knows how to think like an engineer. He acts like an engineer. And he likes to code things from his brain instead of using things that complete it for him. But I got him to use... Oh, speaking of Wallaber... Oh, my alerts aren't on. How... It's... I now realize I have a summoning method for Wallaber. I summon him by naming him. Oh, wait, did I get raised again? Why did it happen twice? Weird. Hello, everybody. I was just invoking the Wallaber. I was just doing this. Well, I was doing the thing here. But you also saw the Alterium shift link. Guys, this is what I'm working on. I was just singing the praises of Wallaber. I think that to invoke the Wallaber, I have to sing his praises. I have to start talking about how amazing he is, and then poof, he appears. It's like his ears start, you know, tingling, and he's like, I gotta go check out what Motzi's doing. But I was telling them, Wallaber, about how you use Writer, and how you, the engineer, the guy who, you know, doesn't like 90% of auto completion, use Writer versus Visual Studio. And that I convinced you to use Writer, even though you hate certain things about it. Fladen, how's you doing? He's streaming right now. I have a challenge for you. Try to pronounce my name. I just tried it. I said Fladen? Or is it Fladon? Azurlo. This is the first time you've been here? Oh wow, this game popped up randomly and I wishlisted. It looks super cool. Fladan. Or Fladan. I said Fladen the first time. Then you asked me to pronounce it and like, I must be saying it wrong. And then I try like 5 versions and you'll be, it was that one. Like, what version? I don't know. I didn't notice. I wasn't braining. Flad Sean. tired. I'm tired. Relax. Sorry, I'm having too much fun. Anyway, so welcome, Raiders. Did Wallaber get everything done? Is he ready to release his rally game? Supposedly, the first time I've been here, I think maybe once a few months ago. Yeah, I must have just seen you in like Wallaber's channel or something. Dude, my game is looking really good. Please link it. Do you have it in Steam yet? Do share links to things, Wallaber. I don't have you in my little update thing. I don't have you with the rally car game. Parking garage rally, right? Rally car game. Whatever. This is so amazing. Wallaber did this as a game jam game. And then, you know, he's just amazing. He's just so amazing. Wallaber is like my hero. I don't think I would aspire to be him only because I can't. I'd rather just have excuses to talk to him and get on phone calls and have him help me solve problems. Because Wallaber's one of those people you're like, oh man, I've been banging my head against this problem for days. And he'll be like, oh, show me this, show me that. Okay, so what you need to do is blah, 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 blah. Oh, that's it? It's like one line, two lines change. He goes, oh, okay, here's what you got here. And then you got this and this and this. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I guess that makes sense. One time he started giving me a lecture on physics. And then my brain stopped working. It wasn't even physics, was it? It was just like the math of determining the cone of an arrow to shoot, because the old arrow system for Atlas before we had, you know, an actual professional build something. Anyway, I'm not getting anything done right now. This is, ooh, but Wallaber, you're here. Speaking of a pro, Wallaber, why are my fish not showing? Tell me why. Tell me why. Ain't nothing but. I made a clone of the fish. Oh, is it because of this error? It could be this error. Hold on a second. I was gonna look. That's what I was gonna do. I was trying to look at the error that's happening. So, what is it? What is causing it to fail? It did load a bunch before. Set direction. Fish swimming controller line 181. Is near hook. Distance. Hook controller. It shouldn't be a problem. See you later, math lover. Yes, you have to pay for Rider. Although they have student licensing and they have what's called EAP versions. I don't know if they still do EAP. So they have an early access program. And so what you do is you can get into the early access program, which they used to just be like, here you go. Oh yeah, you can just get it. And it's free. So essentially, you can use Rider for free as long as you're always using the test version of it. Thank you for the follow. Bye, Adam. Thanks for stopping in. Thanks for coming with the raid. Rift, thanks for the follow. And thanks, Adam, for the follow as well. Addressing individual bits SNAN together or doing a jump if certain bit is on. Wait, what? Where am I? It's probably an error. All right. See you later, Wallaber. Unrelated. I made a stupid computer. That's nice. Okay. Now I'm kind of caught up. That's interesting. Yeah. So if you guys, you can always try. I think it worked, right? Please use the build at your own risk. So basically their way of like allowing people to use their product without paying for it is, that's fine. Free testing. You can be our alpha beta tester. Your mileage may vary. There's probably an error, and the error is the hook is not working, which could be here. We have the hook controller. But what thing is not? I might just. I'll just. Fuck it, I guess. Or you know what I can do? I can do. I don't want to debug log that because that's where the error is coming from. It's got to be the hook. It's either the hook controller or. Actually, you know what I can do? Try it differently. I'm going to do this. I don't know why it wouldn't be. I called it. Didn't I call it? Position, point, get random point, instantiate. It shouldn't instantiate until the object is there. We've already called initialize. Unless for some reason this, because it hasn't shown yet, is the problem. I could probably protect myself from that too. 181, right? Here. And then we'll just use hook control anywhere else. We do. We could do that, and excuse me. If that and maybe try that. That might help us. Anyway, yeah, so I'm working on the game. Working on fishing. I'm trying to spawn fish in the fish area. We have Wallaber as a bobber. The Wallabobber. And we have an extremely long compile time, which is obnoxious. I think my bot broke. I think that's what happened. I think the bot got borked. The actual console that runs my bot commands is not working properly. Because even if a bunch of people jumped off of that raid, it should have filled up with a bunch of avatars. Okay, so let's try this again. See if this works. Now we get dad jokes. The loan officer asked me why I wanted to open a maternity store. I replied, it's a real growth industry. All right. So now we might get more information. We may not get fish. We'll find out. Maybe it was Killboy's jump earlier that broke things. Pay no attention to the fact that the character itself does not do any fishing moves. That's just because I'm not prioritizing that yet. All right. So I don't see... Well, I did see one error, but... what is it? Missing component. No collider. Oh, Jiminy Crickets. Okay. So it's... The fish area has a box collider. I think. But I don't think I even need to do... Like, I think it still adds the fish in the right place. Although I want to do random point. So, okay, we'll do... Instead of a collider, we'll do... box. Actually, it might be a box collider 2D. Let's go find out what we got. This guy has a box collider 2D. I'm a collider. It should still work, yeah. What is this saying? Make parameter type. No, I don't want Collider 2D. I want box Collider 2D. I was specific. Thank you. One thing Wallaber told me is that he turns off as much of the opinionated behavior of Ryder as he can. He doesn't like Ryder being opinionated. So, you know, when you're sitting here and you see all these underlines, he doesn't like this stuff. You know, it's like, oh, you should introduce a variable or whatever. Like, he's like, no, I want to write my code my way. And there's a bunch of things that tell you, like, that warn you of something's an expensive operation, like this. Let's say disable performance. He disables all of it because he doesn't like. I don't care. It's like, okay, throw that. I don't care. Fine. I ignore it anyway, right? Like, I'm still learning new things about this IDE, and I've been using JetBrains forever. Wow, these ad breaks are aggressive. I thought can't you make the ad breaks happen every hour as opposed to every 30 minutes? 30-second ad break, 10-minute pre-roll. Yeah, but how do I schedule? Ad minutes per hour, 3 minutes. Automatic linked frequency. Allow ad manager to adjust ad schedule based on your ad minutes per hour. I don't care about my ad revenue. I want to do it every 60 minutes. 3 minutes every 60 minutes. That's what I want. Save it, stupid thing. I'll try to snooze it and see if I can get away with that. Snooze. Oh, snooze for 5 minutes. Oh, shut your face. I don't need my IDE to be judgmental. No, I just snoozed it. It's stupid. I didn't realize I could set it to be like every hour as opposed to every 30 minutes. So I've changed it, so now it'll be every hour. But that's fine if you need to head out. I get it. I'm okay with my IDE being opinionated because I just don't. I mean, just like anything, if I don't agree with it, I just don't listen to it. There are so many things in this world I've learned to ignore, like my inbox of my mail. You know, I don't know what number I'm at now, like thousands and thousands of emails. I just don't. I gave up. I used to try to do inbox 0. Nope. I don't have the energy. Because I would clear out my entire inbox, and then the next day I'd be at a couple hundred. It's like, nah, not worth it. I have better things to do with my life and my time. Maybe now that we have AI, I'll figure out a way to train it on my inbox and prevent me from having to look at half the crap. I'm so surprised they don't have good learning tools for inboxes. Or maybe there is, and I just haven't found it or haven't bothered looking. Okay, so the fish are added, and we're getting no errors at all. There is a hook, and I'm fairly certain the fish are there. Look, there it is. Now, if only Wallaber was here, I could be like, Wallaber, why is it not showing? And then he'll say, well, you know, where is it at in the layer, which is the UI layer, the same layer as this stupid fish template. Although that one is also not showing. Now that I noticed that. Why is this one not showing? I don't care about the below. The image is there. I don't understand this. Look, that's the fish. It's supposed to be showing. Why is it not showing? So this is the problem, right? I think what's happening is, no, it's not even. Not there. It's not there. Okay. Now it says the position is 0, 0, but that's part of the sub-child. This is where it's located in here. So it's there. The controller doesn't matter. Layer is UI, which means other things might be competing. Yes. However, comma, something else is happening. Is changing the Z value, I don't think it would help anyway. Although this doesn't seem to be letting me change the Z value. It could be the Z value, but I don't recall that having an issue previously. And what's interesting is, like, even if I go on and look at the object, which is like here. I'm going to snooze you, stupid ads. You're just going to snooze your face off. I mean, like, there's no obvious... Oh, that's a hook. There's no obvious fish here. If I were to... I mean, I could hide the image on the fish area, I guess, and see if it still shows. I could turn off the rect mask. Turn off the canvas group. The game window I could turn off. Where is it? Here it is. Turn off that image. That'd be interesting. That's the whole window. And show, like, just floating fish over the world. Yeah, I mean, the alpha, that's chosen hides. This has an alpha too. The hook is there. And the hook is at the same Z position. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Speaking of bug fixing and also randomly double clicking on things you shouldn't. So there's a fish. I mean, it's there. It's moving. But it's not rendering. I could... The part that makes me nervous is that the anchors are right there. The hook should probably have the same shader. It should be a sprite. Oh, it has the default material. I mean, I could give it the default material. I don't see why the sprite would do it, because it was working before, right? What was it? Sprite default material doesn't affect it at all. The colors, that's not a problem. I can change the object. I can change, like, the sprite. What I think is, like, weird is how the anchors are set up here. If I go to this image, oh, the anchor's in the middle too. Okay, well, canvas renderer. Makes me think there's something about adding it to the like the way it gets instantiated. Except this one here is having that problem too, right? So this one's visible right here, right? And I think if I turn it off like that, and then I play this again, that object, when I enable it, will show up, I think. So the other part of me wonders if there's something about the fact that I add these as it's fading in. That might be doing it. Maybe. Okay, so this will fade in, no fish. If I turn that on, now there's no fish there either. But what am I doing to it that causes it to not show? This has full transparent. This is supposed to be the backing below. So that shouldn't have an effect. You could toggle the image. I mean, look, here's the freaking image right now. What could possibly be different between these two? One more snooze, ad breaks. One more snooze. There's nothing different. Joe, how are you? Hey, Beldriketh, I'm back. This is all sick. What other project genres have you worked on? Not a ton, because I was doing small. If you look at the bottom, all the avatars, I was doing voxel art and game development. And then 3 years ago, my buddy Jacob was like, "Hey, look at this visual style." I'm like, "Oh, we should do something." I've been working on that for the last 3 years. Joe, how have you been? Are you still at the same new job, or have you moved to a new job? Super well. Whole apartment and everything keeps being more expensive than I expected to be. Yeah, well, where you live. Same new job, new role though. Congrats, new promotion. Yeah, Beldriketh, I come from software development, so in my day job, I'm a chief technology officer, and I coach and mentor young developers on doing web development. Electricians charge so much money. That's true. Shocking, isn't it? Like, what if I just move the fish out of this thing? And then back. No? What if let's see. Let's go back here. Where are you, fish? Okay, there's a fish over there. What we'll do is we'll disable the logic. We'll just move it completely outside of that space. I'm still waiting for Wallower to reappear. I can pester him. And they deserve it, don't get me wrong. It just sucks. Oh gosh, I'm paying double the cost of a chandelier of the chandelier to install the junction box. Oh my gosh. And then yeah, you gotta get the handyman. And make sure you get a handyman that's licensed, insured and bonded, because we had a handyman poke a hole in a water pipe. Now, to be fair, it was after the plumbers installed the pipes, and they didn't there's these tabs that you're supposed to put over beams to prevent exactly that problem, and they missed it. They didn't put the tabs in. And then they tried to say, that we took them off or something, but we had pictures. And they're like, okay, it's our fault. We'll fix it. Okay. So I've had this issue before where copying an object and instantiating an object and placing it doesn't seem to work. I think I'm going to try to put it out here. It could have something to do with the location, and I can't remember why though. He's licensed, certified with insurance, and it's also verified through Google. Yeah, well, that's good. So that's a lot though, Joe. I was sort of hormones, but somehow completely cured my clinical anxiety. I've had testosterone hormones, or no, not testosterone. Estrogen, right? They are, Joe. I'm not sure which direction you're going. Oh, sweet. I'm transitioning to a new job at the moment. I'm going to get to DevCon this year. So Game DevCon. What's Game DevCon? But with a portfolio and school finish, I'm hoping I can land a place in the industry. Game DevCon? Estrogen. Another med to prevent breast growth because I like my current chest. Okay, yeah, because I mean, the part I don't understand about non-binary transitions is what is there a space in the spectrum that you're trying to stop or achieve? Are you trying for androgyny, or are you trying for a characteristic that is in some direction gendered? Obviously not gendered because binary, but like, and this is just curiosity. I mean, it doesn't matter to me whatever you're trying to do, but or what I'm not trying, but whatever you're doing. But I just am curious because we have a non-binary friend who is taking testosterone, and they are getting like facial hair and stuff, and they're talking about that experience. There's a whole spectrum of meds you can take to get the goals you want. I basically identify as trans femme, but not a woman, so very much femme side. Got it. Right. So feminine with flat chest, but also non-binary, right? Or is there some point you're going to restate your pronoun? Also curious about that. I don't know how that works. It must be unique for everybody. Yeah, what Game Dev Con though? Sorry, Game Dev Con. Is that actually a thing? Oh, like GDC? Is that what you mean? In San Francisco? Which I've never been to. Apologies, by the way, for the coming ad break. I'm experimenting with mid-roll ads. Apparently, not everyone likes that. But it does prevent the pre-rolls when you first jump into a stream. So. It's really interesting to me, Joe, because I don't know, people that are opposed to, gender identity topics that are like anything other than binary. I don't think they understand what people have to go through to affirm their identity, not only emotionally but physically. And it's the transition stuff is super interesting. I have turbo. Yeah, I do too. Joe. I don't admit it very often, but I have turbo as well. I've gone turbo. You're not going turbo, are you? I like supporting streamers, but I also don't like watching ads. I do my gender marker on my ID updated to X for now. Would you ever use like the Z0 or like, is that how you say it? I don't even know how you say it. Z0. Honestly, I watch 40 to 60 hours of Twitch a month at least. It's worth it to shell out. Yeah, exactly. Fuck, man, it's not working. Sorry for the swearing. Sorry, not sorry. I don't like them for me. Yeah, it's that is just like harder to say. It's not like if someone said their pronouns are Z0, I would work on saying it, but it's just harder, right? At least going from he, she to they, them, or not he, she, but like he, him, she, her to they, them. I mean, people use they, them all the time, and they don't even think about it. Even people who are criticizing binary genders or not non-binary genders will then use the pronouns they, them, because what do you call someone when you don't know their gender? And they'll say their gender, they, them, right? Like it's so funny, that like lack of self-awareness. Okay, so we have a hook controller. We have a glow. There's got to be something in the rendering. What is it? What is going on? Why is it not? How am I not myself? Okay, so now I'm just lost on this. Well, you know what? Whenever I'm lost on something, you know where we go now. We go to Wallaber GPT. But Wallaber's not here. This, maybe you have to set the fish area active. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to try one more thing first. Because part of me wonders if it's related to this. Oh my god. Did this... Oh, you did not. What a bastard. There you go. It didn't... Oh, you can't do that to my for eaches. Oh, how dare you. Because there's only one line. Fox Hollow, thanks for the lurk, by the way. It's like when you learn a name from a language with sounds that are difficult for your mouth. It's a learning process. I'm pretty sure in the process of getting all my new furniture, I've killed 10 trees worth of cardboard. Well, I think a lot of cardboard's actually recycled. Thing. Okay, where is this? Line breaks and wrapping. What I want is braces. No, where is it? There's somewhere that it does if statements. Indent, for each. Indent nested if statements. Yes. What the hell, man? That's the only place that has 4 each, so it must be here? No. Line breaks? Prefer to wrap. No, I don't know about that. Oh, sorry, I wasn't. Hey, third tier, welcome. I'm gonna recycle it too. Yeah, I'm pretty sure a lot of it's recycled. I spent most on my couch. I got so you've done like a whole setup. You're like everything is being reset up in your home. Oh my gosh. Okay, you know what? You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do this. No, we're gonna do comment. I want my braces. Don't do this to me. I don't like not having braces. It took away my braces. Why? Just... Ugh. That drives me nuts. I'll figure it out later. You had crappy furniture for decades. About time. I'm new to Twitch and have never seen this person in my life. Third tier, welcome. It's nice to see you. Welcome to Twitch. So glad that you've decided to join the Twitch family. You certainly have not been on Twitch since 2018, I would guess. You're brand new. So if you don't know, I'm Motzi and I make stuff. Also, what did the cannibal say when someone nearly knocked their food off the table? Don't worry, I got your back. But yeah, I'm so excited, especially the removable washing machine cover, or the machine washable covers. Are they like cloth based? I guess they must be. We never, if we had covers, we probably would never take them off. What was I doing? So I think the reason that might happen pink velvet. Ooh. Can you get? Do you have different covers that you'll put on? If you need to. It's getting really hot in the basement right now. I'm gonna start sweating soon. Now I think I should be ad break free for another hour. I think. The 3 minutes an hour is what we're doing now. God bless it. Where's Walliver when you need him? Oh, I have to start. I forgot. I have to go through the ritual of invoking the Walliver. So let's talk about how amazing Walliver is. Because he is, I mean, friends. If you want to know of a great catch some fish, you want to know about a hey Drast, my game dev partner. Want to know about a great developer, really just sharp, making an amazing game. Right now he's got Jelly Car, but he's also making a Parking Garage Rally. Pretty heckin' amazing. Jacob is 37 years old. He is old. And the weirdest part is I've known him since he was 34. That's also weird. I saw you're talking about non-binary, binary topics. Yeah, because they are. Joe is here. Might as well turn it back to pre-roll. I've never seen someone focus so much on the ads. This is literally the first time I've done the mid-roll. Yeah, I'm non-binary and trans femme and started hormone like 6 months back. Oh yeah, I think I'm just non-binary, but happy for you. I didn't know you were non-binary. I should have looked at your... Geez, third tier. I'm sorry if I misgendered you. I apologize. I should have asked. Now, speaking of completely non-binary, I'm going to go ask ChatGPT. I don't know if that would be offensive. Like, yeah, I consider, you know, a completely non-gendered thing to be non-binary. But I like calling a computer thing non-binary because by definition, computers are binary. Okay. So I'm having a strange issue. I have a object. I might have to get the game object instead of the component. Fish, which I use the fishing fish. When these are instantiated, they are placed in the fish area, but do not visually show. They're on the right layer, and the images are enabled. I like your face. I can't say long because the chandelier installer. Oh, that's totally fine, Joe. The good dad joke. Do you use Copilot? Absolutely. I have a whole rant about it. You knew me from before I was non-binary. Okay, that's fair. I still remember when you told me not to use Bataru or whatever we used to say for stream raiders, because you pointed out that could be culturally insensitive. Oh look, you did merch. Little. I don't push merch very much because I'm bad at that. Yeah, layer sorting, positioning, and parenting. It could be the parenting. Have a good one, Joe. Sleep well. Collider. I'm sure there's no collider with a sprite renderer. I don't think it has a sprite renderer. I mean, I have a rect mask, but that shouldn't be affecting it. No material. Whole chandelier. I almost said chandler, like Chandler from Friends. That's a lot. Sounds tasty. Delightful, even. And then I thought maybe it was the canvas grouping that was doing it. You know, but the alpha works there. So it's, I mean, here's all the fish. My attempt to invoke the Wallaber didn't work. Do I need to say more nice things? He's just such a nice person. All right, thanks for the lurk. Third tier. Rainbows aren't heavy. They're pretty light. That's a good one. Had all this working before. I'm not modifying the depth. There could be something in my code that's causing it. I did comment out this. Thank you for the follow, Ellie's up. Hope you're doing well. I've already checked the alpha on the image, and the alpha is fine too. So I thought maybe somehow I like turned the alpha off. But the alpha is 100%. I'm at such a loss at why the fish images wouldn't be showing. We've got the fish, we've got the images. It could be something to do with how, well, I don't think it's the culling layer. I broke things by trying to make things work. I hate, part of the thing that really frustrates me is sometimes I have streams where I get a lot done, and most times I have streams where I get stuck on one thing the whole time. Yes, the layer is visible. Yes, it is. The optics are there. They're literally there. They do have their own collider. That shouldn't block it. There's no sprite render on this. Yeah, I tried to copy it and add it to the root level, and it didn't show up. I even moved the fish out of the area, so I moved the template here, thinking maybe it had something to do with that. One thing I could try to do, because now even this thing isn't showing, so I could try to do this one where I like turn off the controller and then see if it still shows up. I can move this here and then see if we get it. Because what I was trying to do, Jacob, is based on the number of fish you set up in the fish area, have them show up. That's the next thing is, okay, I've got the behaviors and I've got the ability to mess with how the fish decides whether it's going towards the fish, the hook, or running away from it. But now I need to populate the pond. Okay. So it definitely has to be something wrong with the controller. The controller is causing... Because there's this fish template 1, but that one, the regular fish template, is also not showing. So if I were to enable the controller, the fish goes away. Okay. So, oh yeah, look at that. The scale became 0. What? Oh yeah, look at that. How did the scale become 0? How does it start it? What the flip? Gamer. Because target scale. Where's all the scale things? Local scale X, target scale X. This is the logic that just is supposed to flip the object, but I wonder, oh gosh, you know what I bet I did? No, that's not right, because this is... What happened here? So here's a template for the fish. The scale is at 1 here, but we don't have this locked, which is fine. So something happened. I guess I could re-enable the stupid depth effect. Actually, I guess I could just do this one, update depth scale, because that would make the scale right to start with, I guess. Yeah, the scale modifier is for the glow. It's not for the it's not for the fish size. Why did the policeman think it was okay to enter a residence when he thought he heard bird calls inside? Probable cause. What do you call two crows sitting together? Attempted murder. Remember when I first started streaming, I was like, oh, I'm going to have a dad joke command where when someone says it, I have to come up with a joke on the fly. And that was really stressful. Now I just give them for free. There we go. I don't know. I don't know why the mask isn't working. Because there's a rec 2D mask that's supposed to mask these out, and it's all using 2D images. It's all on the right layer as far as I know. We don't have any padding, which is fine. But for some reason, it's not masking it. I don't know why it's not masking it. This is yet another one that was like, it was working. Now it's not. Anyway, that's the life of a developer. Okay, now we have all these fish, and one of them starts getting interested. And they swim toward the hook. So the way the behavior system is supposed to work here is whatever I define as a behavior for the fish, it will slowly either build up interest or reduce interest or have no interest. If it has no interest, it'll just look like one of these gray blobs. I still think we might want to consider making the gray blobs less gray blobby, but that's fine. And so then we do negative. Negative's like the fish gets worried, essentially. So it starts swimming away. And if it's -1, it'll like run as fast as it can to the corner. And right now it'll like smash against the wall and go which, you know, I'm not going to do that properly in the future. Because another thing I need to do is I have to limit their range based upon where they will be located. Because some fish will only be in this area. And some rods won't let you cast all the way to that area. So you have to get better rods to cast to the deep end, for instance, to catch potentially bigger fish. Whereas like fish down here probably a little easier to catch. So basically that's kind of how this whole system is going to work. We can have multiple fish that suddenly become interested, or they lose interest, or so on. So I'm sorry it took me that long to figure out I had an issue of scale. And it's always an innocuous, I disabled the depth effect thing because it doesn't work properly, but disabling it broke other things because I'm dumb. That's life. So anyway, there we go. Okay, so now I can work on behavior. Gamefish. Oh yeah, there's gamefish data. So we have fishing, luring. Good job, your face. Yeah, good job. I just Wreck-It Ralph to myself, just to be clear. Outside of talking about going turbo, you know, the Wreck-It Ralph movie, he gets himself into his own trouble. Like, he causes his trouble and then he has to solve it. And that's me. I don't know if I'm gonna have a biting fish behavior anymore. I forgot what's wandering fish behavior. Yeah. What other ones do I have? We have biting, fleeing, investigating, nibbling. I'm not sure if we're going to need to use nibbling, but I like the idea. Like, nibbling isn't a bite. So this is how it works. At least this is how I think it's going to work. So originally I was like, okay, I'll make these behaviors, and the behaviors are going to do all this crazy stuff to make the fish move around. But then I realized that the whole system is based on the hook and the fish's decision whether to ignore the hook, go towards the hook, or run away from the hook. So rather than make the behavior system care about the actual position of the fish, the behavior system will modify values that will affect the fish's decisions of interest. So if it's a wandering fish behavior, for instance, this is like the standard. It will slowly move the level of interest down to 0. So what I'll do is like public override apply behavior. So there's a default condition check. And do I have like default apply behavior? I might. So the base the base one here will use fear and hunger updates, which is based upon a setting. And I need to have a setting for, like, you know, bait needs a different type of attractiveness or whatever. For now, that's okay. I can just sort of not worry about any of this, right? So if it's a wandering fish behavior, I'm not even going to really worry about what those values are yet, because I just want to make something happen. So what we would need for a wandering fish is we directly modify interest, probably, right? Essentially, we just want to, like, transition the fish's interest down to 0. So what we'll do is if is fish.wander. It's a fish named Wander. What we'll do is we'll do fish.interest level. Wait, how would I lerp it to? I'm not really great with lerps. we want to get it towards 0, right? So we're going to do whatever the first value is to whatever the second value. And then t is time, I believe. The interpolation value. Start and an interpolation value. Okay. So then I should just be able to do fish equals. Does it do dot? Yeah, okay, we have to set it that way. So we'll do fish dot interest. No, mathf dot lerp. Okay. Look at that, time dot delta time. So it'll just do it based upon a time indicator. So if the behavior is wandering, then it'll just slowly go back to whatever the interest, whether it's interested or not, it'll just slowly move it back to 0. Now I'll show you how that works in a second. Really, hopefully Jacob's paying attention because he's going to have to be the one that does. Why doesn't James Bond fart in bed? Because if he did, it would blow his cover. The genie asked, "What's your first wish?" Steve replied, "I wish I was rich." The genie nodded and said, "What's your second wish?" Rich exclaimed, "I want lots of money." That's good. All right, so now this is how it works. Okay, I'm gonna go to game editor. I'm gonna go find my fish. So we have no active behaviors. I think I need to repopulate. Okay. Now we don't care about these settings at the moment, but we're gonna move these ones over. This is nibbling. We're not gonna do any nibbling or biting or investigating right now. We're just going to be a wanderer. And we'll make it random. I don't think it even matters. Look, distance doesn't matter. I think we could just... How does my setting work here? I think I applied all the conditions. So is reeling, check hook movement. Okay, they don't even check any of these values yet. So it doesn't really matter. So what I'll do, just for the sake of testing this works, is I will add code somewhere. I don't actually have a thing to like execute behaviors. So I'm going to have to do it as part of the swimming control. So on update, we will do a method for executing behaviors, right? So private void. We'll just update the behavior here. Behavior. And for the moment, we're just going to take the first behavior. So we'll say fish data. Fish data dot what? And then we want to give it the contact index. What is the context? But does it not have the fishing context? Oh, I need to give it the fishing context. Change signature. Fishing context. We'll do it that way. It's going to show me all the places where I use this. I think I only use this in that one place. One usage. To do. Add contact. Got it. Okay, so we do have to save context. So we'll do. I don't like adding it this way because I believe it's going to add it like right below the code. I don't know why it doesn't. I wonder if I clean up will move this the right way. Oh, it does. Look at that. That's cool. There you go. Right. I don't particularly like that this is what's doing the behavior change, but it is the controller, so I guess I should be okay with it. All right. So theoretically, if this is working like I'm hoping, because this is the only behavior and because I'm directly calling it, because I don't do any logic yet, what'll happen is maybe I need like a behavior processor or something. Anyway, what'll happen is the wandering behavior will trigger every single time, and that will move the interest level down based on time.delta time, which is probably too fast, but we'll see. We'll see. This is gonna, with every frame it'll change the value, which we don't really want that, but I'm just testing because I'm gonna have to do a lot of like tweaking and testing on behaviors and seeing how they feel. But once it's implemented, then we'll be able to make fairly dynamic phishing behavior. Oop, what's this going on here? Oh, right. So we have to do kind of want to do this. I want to do like collaborate and listen. Like that. Just because I don't want to have to do like I don't like gate clauses, so this is how I'm going to do it because I really hate gating clauses so much. If this is how I gate it. Oh, but why would you do it that way? I don't know, because this is how I want to do it. Deal with it. But it would be really interesting. So I had this idea that over time we can make fishes get hungry, which makes the attractiveness debate higher. However, there will be some fish that will never get interested in the hook unless you have the right bait. So I think we're going to set it up so every single pond will have fish that will bite the hook. We'll kind of negate the fact that you might go fishing somewhere where you can't catch anything. But, the fish that you can universally catch are going to be the same type of fish or less exotic fish. We'll probably have a setting like some fish can take any bait, right? That one's sticking out there because that was the weird copy that I created. But that's the template. Okay. So now if I move the interest level, see it reduces down, and it lerps towards 0. I guess it never truly hits 0 because I'm lerping it. I gotta find a better way to lurp it because it's all over the place right now. See, there you go. That sort of just, honestly, this is just a way to prove, you know, that the system is working like I'm hoping it would. And what'll happen is if interest level is 1 or above, and the fish touches the hook, it's considered a bite. The fish won't bite the hook unless its interest level is 1, or I suppose higher. I mean, obviously, not not the most pretty the way that it worked, but so what I have is like, I'm probably not going to work more on it right now because it's getting late and I have work tomorrow. But if we go to like how this system will probably end up working, you can see we have different conditions here. So we could have like checking the hook movement. So if the hook is moving or not. And the way these conditions work is they stack from top to bottom. So if the first one's conditions hit, then that's the thing that'll happen. Then that way you can sort of make fairly dynamic set of behaviors that happen, you know, over the course of the fish being in the water. There'll be things where, like, if the hook's moving, the fish will run away. Or if the hook is moving, the fish will start gaining interest. If the fish's fear reaches a certain level, then it'll trigger this one, and then that, whatever that thing is, it'll change to that. I might change it from fear and hunger, but we'll see. I'm not sure exactly about these values. And then these things indicate what it does. So eventually when I set this up, like, you know, if this behavior is firing, maybe the fear factor will increase or decrease. Or, you know, the fear will randomly increase or decrease. Or it'll randomly increase or decrease the hunger. So we can have, like, again, it's discrete per fish, but we can have really dynamic behaviors that will, you know, like a fish could be in the process of nibbling and then suddenly, like a cat, just flip out and run away based on whatever's happening in that piece. I'm not sure if we're going to have a nibbling behavior because I don't think the nibbling behavior makes sense anymore in this context. But, you know, biting might make sense. Like if the fish is in a biting mode, it means that their interest is peaked 100%. But we could say, like, if it's biting, if the hook is moving while it's in biting mode, we could say, oh, the fear increases. Right? So the hook shouldn't move when it's in biting mode. Anyway, so that's where we're at. I'm gonna move on now. Move over to chat. Thank everybody for hanging out. Thanks for the raid, for Walla Bobber showing up and then going for dinner and not helping me solve my problem because I solved it myself because I did something dumb, but it's solved, and that's all that matters. I'll probably still try the ad thing on Saturday and see how it works. I suppose we'll see. Speaking of, we're gonna go raid KT because I get a raid KT this time. And KT has raided me, so we're gonna go raid KT. Kaitan, I think that's how you say it, but Kaitan, whatever. Anyway, y'all have a lovely night. And some hype. KT's pronouns, I believe, are. They have a pronoun. I thought it was she, her, but I don't see it on their stream. So they do have a pronouns command. Feel free to check that out. And I am going to go maybe sleep. I'll be back on Saturday. You all have a lovely night, and thanks for hanging out. Cowboy Gaming. Oh, yeah, he's cool. All right. Have a good night, y'all. Bye.